we've seen performance management being a key driver in the Indian context. We've also seen supervision being a key driver, which means the role of the manager.
That's right.
So a lot of times the EVP is manifest in the form that it's delivered rather than what's promised. So one needs to work on both aspects. You need to moderate your promises, which I think in the Indian context might not be happening because you need to gather talent and therefore you might make inflated promises. And then you're not able to deliver that. And then how do you manage performance? And are you having value-adding performance conversations, which really is helping your EVP come alive?
So when we're looking at our EVP, when we are attracting candidates from the employer branding perspective, do you look at it as well at that moment when you're looking at employee engagement? Do you look at also about how will that correlate on our employer brand and how do we position ourselves in the market to make sure that there's no dissonance and there's no contradiction between the two?
They should be aligned. All of the policies and processes should be ringing true with the promises that you're making and offering in your EVP, whether it's for that particular segment or not, and checking in on that both at the time before people join the organisation to assure you've got that alignment of understanding and expectation, as well as shortly after they've arrived, because you'll know, within 2 to 3 months whether there was a disconnect between what was promised and what's delivered. Can be a really important way to make sure those checks and balances are in place.
What is your advice for companies when they have already identified there's a disengaged group?
Now, the advice I might give to one company in one industry will rarely be the same as another organisation, because we fundamentally believe that every organisation is unique and you need to find the right solutions for that organisation. So, it will be driven around what the information and data is telling you, but you can usually find some really good strategy.
The starting point is usually a lot of analytics that we do to really understand what drives engagement or lack of it. And then based on that, we customize and really segment our approach. So often we find that managers are not able to really have the right kind of dialogues. They probably don't have the capabilities. And that's when we need to go in and really create those capabilities there, enable conversations to begin with, and then ensure that you're supporting them through the journey of conversation, improvement, dialogue, all of that, so that engagement starts to move in the right direction. So it's possible to really glean out based on subgroups on what the actual challenge is, and then accordingly create interventions and try and make change happen.